The Politician Under Democracy. From Notes on Democracy, 1926. He is a man who has lied and dissembled, and a man who has crawled. He knows the taste of the boot polish. He has suffered kicks in the tonneau of his pantaloons. He has taken orders from his superiors in knavery, and he has wooed and flattered his inferiors in sense. His public life is an endless series of evasions and false pretenses. He is willing to embrace any issue, however idiotic, that will get him votes, and he is willing to sacrifice any principle, however sound, that will lose them for him. I do not describe the Democratic politician at his inordinate worst. I describe him as he is encountered in the full sunshine of normalcy. He may be, on the one hand, a crossroads idler, striving to get into the state legislature by grace of the local mortgage sharks and evangelical clergy, or he may be, on the other, the President of the United States. It is almost an axiom that no man may make a career in politics in the Republic without stooping to such ignobility. It is as necessary as a loud voice. Now and then, to be sure, a man of sounder self-respect may make a beginning, but he seldom gets very far. Those who survive are nearly all tarred, soon or late, with the same stick. They are men who, at some time or other, have compromised with their honor, either by swallowing their convictions or by whooping for what they believe to be untrue. They are in the position of the chorus girl who, in order to get her humble job, had to admit the manager to her person. And the old birds among them, like chorus girls of long experience, come to regard the business resignedly and even complacently. It is the price that a man who loves the clapper-clawing of the vulgar must pay for it under the democratic system. He becomes a coward and a trimmer ex officio. Where his dignity was in the days of its innocence, there is now only a vacuum in the wastes of his subconscious. Vanity remains to him, but not pride. Thus the ideal of democracy is reached at last. It has become a psychic impossibility for a gentleman to hold office under the federal union, save by a combination of miracles that must tax the resourcefulness even of God. But despite that grim dilemma, there are still idealists, chiefly professional liberals, who argue that it is the duty of a gentleman to go into politics, that there is a way out of the quagmire in that direction. The remedy, it seems to me, is quite as absurd as the other sure cures that liberals advocate. When they argue for it, they simply argue, in words but little changed, that the remedy for prostitution is to fill the bawdy houses with virgins. The same alternatives confront the political aspirant who is what is regarded in America as a gentleman, that is, one who is not susceptible to open bribery in cash. The moment his leg goes over the political fence, he finds the mob confronting him, and if he would stay within, he must adapt himself to its tastes and prejudices. In other words, he must learn all the tricks of the regular mountebanks. When the mob pricks up its ears and begins to whinny, he must soothe it with balderdash. He must allay its resentment of the fact that he is washed behind the ears. He must anticipate its crazes and join in them vociferously. He must regard its sensitiveness on points of morals and get what advantage he can out of his anesthesia on points of honor. More, he must make terms with the mob masters already performing upon its spines, chiefly agents of prehensile minorities. If he neglects these devices, he is swiftly heaved over the fence, and his career in statecraft is at an end.